Here's everything that happened at Apple's huge iPhone launch event. Apple just launched a bunch of new products, including iPhones and an Apple Watch. Apple invited journalists. Um, Apple's launches are a Silicon Valley tradition dating back over 20 years. Apple's top executives get up on a stage, show off the company's new products, and emphasize what makes these gadgets magical and the best ever. Because of some leaks, we had already seen marketing pictures of the iPhone XS and the Apple Watch Series 4 before the event, but we finally got the complete official story later on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Apple employees and reporters were getting ready at the Steve Jobs Theater in Apple Park, the company's new $5 billion campus in Cupertino, California. You can see the edge of Apple Park's main building. In 2011, when Steve Jobs unveiled his plan for Apple's new campus, he said the new building would be a little like a spaceship landed. Here's another shot of Apple Park. Apple had plenty of drinks and appetizers for attendees, including a watermelon breeze and a sunshine tea. Food included smoked salmon, um, advo- avocado tarts, jalapeno and candied bacon, deviled eggs, fruit skewers, and much more. At 9:05 a.m., everyone was killing time inside the theater. Apple started letting people take their seats about 30 minutes ahead of the show. Here's what it looked like when everyone got inside. And here was our view from the floor, pretty great seats. We spotted Apple's chief designer, John Ive, before the show started. After a cute introductory video, Apple CEO Tim Cook came on stage at 10:04 a.m. As you know, he said Apple was founded to make the computer more personal, first with the Apple II and later with the Mac. Cook says Apple's innovation has extended from its computer to its retail stores, which more than 500 million people visit every year. The iPhone XS screen features a 5.8-inch Super Retina display with 2.7 million pixels and 458 pixel per inch, and it supports high dynamic range in Dolby Vision and HDR10 formats. The iPhone XS has a 60% greater dynamic range compared with the iPhone X. Holy shit. Apple is also selling an iPhone XS with an 6.5-inch display called the iPhone XS Max. Watching videos on it is cinematic. Schiller says the iPhone XS and XS Max also have wider stereo sound, so you won't necessarily want to wear uh, headphones while watching movies or playing games. But seriously, uh, please don't do this in public. Face ID is faster than everything thanks to a faster, secure enclave chip which powers the authentication software. The A12 Bionic chip in the industry first 7nm chip that's featuring a 4-core GPU and a 6-core CPU and a neural engine. 6.9 billion total transistors. The GPU is up to 50% faster, while the machine learning engine is much faster than before, making your phone much more efficient, he says, compared with the A11 Bionic chip, which can do 600 billion operations per second. The A12 can power 5 trillion operations per second. Apple's Kenyon Grants take the stage to talk about iOS 12 and how much machine learning is used when your phone maps your face for anonymity, when your camera detects your face and the lighting and more. Apple new A12 Bionic chip also helps with augmented reality and a cool new feature called AR Quick Look that lets you look at objects you find in the Safari web browser and put them in the real world. Jensen White Todd Howard, the game director at Bethesda Game Studios, on stage to talk about his company new Elder Scroll game Blades coming to iOS this fall. Drance introduces Dave Lee, the CEO of NEX Team, and Steve Nash, the NBA Hall of Famer, to talk about a new app called HomeCourt, which uses Apple's Core ML software to track how people play basketball and coach them on how to improve it. For the third and final demo, Drance invites Atlee Marr, the co-founder and CEO of Directors Game, to show off a game that leverages Apple AR Kit to software to power better augmented reality experiences. After a demo, Schiller comes back on stage to talk more about the iPhone XS. This time it's about improvements to the camera, which features a 12 megapixel wide angle lens, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and an improved true tone flash. It has optical image stabilization and a 1.8 aperture 6 element lens on the front side. The 10s has a new 7 megapixel sensor used for the true depth camera system that powers Face ID.